Welcome to the hot seat with Mr. White on Always Remember That All These Stories is allegedly, so thanks for watching.
Next topic, Sound of Freedom. Have you seen the movie yet?
So a lot of people have asked me this.
Yeah.
As a new mom, I don't think I can emotionally handle it, just
Okay,
because of the
that's fair.
subject matter. And I cry.
Our future is our children. Now, the first step in eradicating this crime is awareness.
Way. It's disturbing, it's emotional, it's tough, it's painful.
Get ready for a new Hollywood drama sensation as Mel Gibson's explosive revelations in the movie Sound of Freedom take center stage. Prepare to be astonished as Mel uncovers the hidden truths behind the glamorous facade of Hollywood's elite, shedding light on their alleged participation in a scandalous underworld of exploitation. And guess who finds herself entangled in the midst of it all? None other than the iconic Oprah Winfrey. So, what exactly did Mel say? We'll spill all the details you probably missed in today's video. But of course, before I spill anything, make sure first that you subscribe to our channel and hit that notification bell for more updates and videos like this. Now, let's dive in.
Not only is Mel Gibson exposing Hollywood, but he also exposing Oprah? For what?
First time I really came over here. You know, I had a whole bunch of weird paranoid suspicions about what the hell was going on because there was a lot of stuff I couldn't understand.
You're 7 years old and someone is stroking you. It feels good.
Amidst the glitz and glamour of Hollywood, where controversies and scandals dominate headlines, it's truly astonishing that a certain film has remained relatively unnoticed. Directed by Alejandro Gomez Monteverde, Sound of Freedom takes audiences on a profound journey into the clandestine realm of illicit human trade, exposing the sinister tactics employed by the privileged few to ensnare unsuspecting victims. What adds to the intrigue is the conspicuous absence of extensive media coverage and endorsements surrounding this significant and thought-provoking movie.
Sound of Freedom is a movie. Little setup here. I'd never even heard about this movie until a couple days ago. I saw it in the comment section. People were like, why don't you review Sound of Freedom? I was like, what's that? What is that? Turns out it's not what it sounds like. Sound of Freedom sounds like a 2002 war in Iraq military puff piece film.
The movie's powerful message seems to have unsettled some influential figures, prompting the question, why? In Sound of Freedom, renowned actor Mel Gibson takes on the lead role, portraying the real-life story of Tim Ballard, a former government agent who courageously leaves his position to establish Operation Underground Railroad. This organization is dedicated to rescuing children from the clutches of illegal human trade networks. The film aims to shed light on the horrifying realities of this abominable industry, seeking to raise awareness and inspire action against it. However, despite the pressing urgency of the film's topic, major streaming platforms such as Amazon, Netflix, and Hulu shockingly rejected Sound of Freedom, denying it a platform for global exposure. This decision is puzzling, particularly considering these platforms' frequent promotion of socially conscious content. Could it be that the movie's explosive revelations hit too close to home for some? Adding to the intrigue, notable celebrity voices who are often swift to endorse causes related to social awakening have conspicuously remained silent about Sound of Freedom. It appears as though the Hollywood elite have collectively turned a blind eye to a film that exposes the very secrets of their own industry. The lack of support from these influential figures raises questions about their genuine dedication to social justice and human rights. However, the intrigue surrounding the movie doesn't end there. Sound of Freedom, initially acquired by Disney after its merger with 21st Century Fox, was mysteriously shelved, sparking speculation about the reasons behind this decision. There are whispers in the industry suggesting a darker motive, with accusations that entertainment giants like Disney, Netflix, and Amazon Prime deliberately avoided acquiring the film's rights to suppress the truth about the exploitation and illicit trade from reaching a global audience. Some believe that these companies may be protecting a specific group of influential industry elites who hold significant power behind the scenes.
The film starring a big actor, an established director, and being promoted by Mel Gibson is not being shown in cinemas.
These individuals, often seen as philanthropists with noble intentions, might have hidden motivations far more sinister than initially thought. The Good Club, an exclusive gathering of billionaire philanthropists including Bill Gates, George Soros, Warren Buffett, Oprah Winfrey, David Rockefeller, and Ted Turner hold secret meetings in New York City, adding further intrigue to the situation.
Beginning, you're going to feel the pain of the father taking his kids, a daughter and a son, who is approached by a recruiter saying, your kids can be models, they can be in movies. He says, tonight, audition is at such and such time. Today, tomorrow's audition is such and such time. Father dresses in a suit, takes them to this room, and he takes the kids there. They're excited. Put the kids in the room, and the girl says, come back to pick them up at 7 o'clock. He says,
in addition to prominent figures like Bill Gates and Warren Buffett, there are also lesser-known but equally wealthy individuals, such as Eli and Edith Broad, who make appearances, leaving us to wonder about the events that unfold behind closed doors. However, there is one name that stands out among them all: Oprah Winfrey. Known as a billionaire talk show host and philanthropist with a larger-than-life reputation, it is disconcerting to consider that there may be a hidden side of Oprah that she prefers to keep concealed, a side that is far from admirable. The highly anticipated film Sound of Freedom aims to expose the shocking methods employed by Hollywood elites to ensnare unsuspecting victims. While the movie does not explicitly mention Oprah, her alleged connections to notorious figures like Harvey Weinstein cannot be overlooked. Despite Weinstein's well-known reputation as a predator, Oprah maintained a close relationship with him, sparking speculation that she may have even encouraged actresses to work with him.
that 20+ million child pornography pictures were uploaded on the internet the last year, a 5,000% increase in the last 5 years. The idea where they said every year 2 million kids go into trafficking, going into being sold in the black market, and then stats about how you can sell cocaine one time, but you can sell the same child 5 to 10 times a day for 10 years.
This led to accusations of her potential complicity in the alleged misconduct. These allegations presented a stark contrast to Oprah's public image as a champion of women's empowerment and a supporter of the #MeToo movement. Critics argued that her association with Weinstein highlighted a double standard in her approach to those accused of wrongdoing. However, perhaps even more troubling was Oprah's decision to feature self-proclaimed healer and criminal John of God on her show, marking one of her most notorious moves.
A man who claims to work miracles and heal the sick. He calls himself John of God, but there's nothing godly about him. Thousands of people flock to him, hoping for a cure to their pain, but leave fleeced of their money. You see, John of God's supposed healing isn't free. He's a thrifty businessman making tens of millions of dollars. And worst of all, our government's just granted him a visa, and next month he'll bring his show to Australia.
Imagine this: a Brazilian healer who claims to possess extraordinary spiritual powers and uses them to supposedly heal people. It sounds like a storyline straight out of a captivating Hollywood movie, doesn't it? However, reality turned out to be even stranger and more unsettling than fiction. This is the tale of John of God, a man who operated a healing facility in Brazil, attracting vulnerable individuals seeking solace and spiritual guidance. Unfortunately, they were unaware of the dark and sinister nature lurking beneath his facade. Soon enough, the truth about John of God's criminal activities began to emerge. Reports of venereal activities started to surface, painting a chilling picture of a man shamelessly exploiting those who sought his help. But what makes this story truly bewildering is the role that Oprah Winfrey played in propelling John of God into the spotlight. By featuring him on her show, she inadvertently granted him a stamp of legitimacy, exposing him to a broader audience and unintentionally endorsing his reprehensible behavior. This eyebrow-raising incident took place in 2010 during one of Oprah's attention-grabbing segments titled, "Do You Believe in Miracles?" Unbeknownst to her unsuspecting audience, the miracle they were about to witness on Oprah's show was the unfolding of a criminal's rise disguised as a spiritual healer. Despite Oprah's attempt to salvage her reputation by expressing empathy towards the courageous women who came forward with allegations against John of God, the damage had already been done. Her involvement had left an indelible mark, forever linking her to this scandalous figure. Adding to the unsettling narrative, Oprah Winfrey's Leadership Academy for Girls in South Africa has been mired in controversy. In 2007, Oprah established the Leadership Academy for Girls, driven by her admiration for Nelson Mandela and her commitment to him. However, little did anyone anticipate that this venture would become a breeding ground for controversy, fueling whispers and skepticism from its very inception.
We know what happens to these children when they're trafficked. We don't need to see it. I like the fact that the film knows that you don't have to show it to know it. Also makes it more accessible for people, you know?
Upon the revelation of Oprah's ambitious project, the South African government swiftly voiced their disapproval. They criticized the exorbitant cost of the school and questioned its relevance in a country grappling with poverty. However, Oprah remained undeterred. With an air of grandiosity and a hint of arrogance, she pushed forward, creating an opulent institution boasting luxurious salons and extravagant gyms. It was at this point that conspiracy theories began to emerge, capturing the collective imagination. Whispers spread like wildfire, suggesting that behind the lavish facade, something much darker was unfolding, the possibility of illegal human exploitation. The opulence and extravagance of the school raised eyebrows and fueled suspicions that innocent young girls were being groomed for a life of exploitation. While no solid evidence ever surfaced to substantiate these scandalous claims, the whispers themselves added an additional layer of intrigue and suspicion to the already controversial academy. But the controversies didn't end there. Scandals and disputes soon plagued the institution, peeling back the layers to reveal a dark and sordid underbelly that Oprah had fought so hard to conceal. An employee named Virginia, whose job included managing the dorms, was involved in one disturbing occurrence. It was found that she had acted in an extremely inappropriate manner with not just one, but several adolescents between the ages of 13 and 15. These defenseless young girls, chosen by Oprah herself, had been mistreated by the person in charge of looking after them. It was a disgrace to Oprah and a troubling illustration of the inner workings of the school. Oprah jumped in with a team of detectives to find the truth in an effort to preserve her brand and repair her reputation. But the gloom persisted even after Virginia's scandal. It was revealed that a 15-year-old girl had been pressuring victims into silence and coercing them to not report the physical altercations to their parents or authorities. Less than 2 years later, another controversy broke out within the walls of Oprah's Academy, exposing a culture of roughness and intimidation among the students. Surprisingly, 7 students were suspended for engaging in threatening behavior and inappropriate behavior. The flaws seemed to be firmly rooted within the Academy's fundamental foundation, despite Oprah's attempts to address them. So what do you think? Is Oprah really behind all this? That's all for today. We hope you enjoyed that video, and if you did, make sure to hit like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell for more videos like this.